Welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
What is up, guys? And today we have a very special one. We have our Survivor musical edition. Now, Joe and I won't be singing, but we got a bunch of musical contestants from musicals. We can already see some big ones. We already got Phantom right there.
Yeah,
Even if you don't know any musicals, you know who the Phantom of the Opera is.
yeah, one of the most
Yeah.
iconic.
Oh yeah. So I'm excited for this one. This is another one I thought would be fun since we're both fan of musicals. You probably more so. Like I enjoy musicals and stuff. It's just that I have this weird thing where I have to see the musical in order for me to like listen to it. So that kind of limits what I know
Yeah, I
in a
mean, I
sense.
like musicals, but I will say there's a lot of people on your list that I don't know actually.
That's fair.
Mhm.
That's fair. And we'll go through that in a
Yeah.
bit. But yeah, should we get right into it, or do we want to give them a little sneak peek at your list as well?
I mean, you can look at my list too. I got some interesting people on my stuff. I think we got a good little cast right here. So yeah, let's just hop right into it.
All right, from Matilda the musical, we do have Matilda from the movie that was made with Danny DeVito, but basically we have Agatha Trunchbull. Now, if you've seen Matilda the movie, more pretty much the same character from the book that was based off slash the one you see in the musical. Overly strong, overly competitive, everything strict as can be. She is definitely going to want to dominate this tribe and be straight laced by the book, and want to be in charge. She is in the principal of a elementary school, rules with an iron fist. Is shady when it comes to real estate, pretty much trying to own. Basically, one of the teachers there is her like kind of like godchild in the sense, and is like, oh, you can't have any of the things that your parent left you. I'm in charge of it, and hides that from her. Yeah, she is a big fan of cruel and unusual punishment. Made a kid eat an entire cake, which is not as fun as it sounds because you have to eat every little bit, and human stomach, especially for a kid, is not meant to do that. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Took a kid by her pigtails and just like a shock put, span around and threw her. This lady's insane.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen Matilda, but I like know of some of the things you just said, like the cake especially. I think is just something I just know as something that's happens. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just looking at who Agatha is in this picture. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
No, no. And there's definitely going to be some people that do.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Blind Mags from Repo, the Genetic Rock Opera.
Yeah, I never heard of
So
this one.
it's like one with a cult following. It was like I believe originally an off Broadway show, and then it got picked up to be a movie. And yeah, so the movie has trying to think of what their name is. If you remember Alexa Vega of Spy Kids fame.
Mhm.
It has Paris Hilton in it as well. A few names. The dude that was like the old guy from Buffy, he's in that. Some other names that I can't quite remember right off. But Blind Mag is basically so in Repo, it's like a post-apocalyptic place. And the thing is, it's like very emo and very goth, so everyone kind of dresses that way.
Mhm.
Um, so basically there's a health crisis, a lot of people die, and then this company GeneCo is like, let's make artificial organs and stuff, and they pretty much saved everything. Now that the world is kind of like finally imbalanced and whatnot, they're like, okay, what if we make surgery a fashion statement, like as in like getting you know organs inside you is a new fashion statement. It's cool to get surgery. And
Mhm.
the thing is, um, you have to make payments on these surgeries. And if you can't afford it, then a repo man comes and rips the organs from you.
Yikes.
Um, which is why I call it repo. And the basically where Blind Mags fits into all the story, she is like the spokesperson for Gene Co. And she has a contract with the main person. Basically, so Blind Mag could sing again. She, got these like robotic eyes that can record things and also project stuff as well. Um, and so she did that. She also had a friend who passed away, but also had a child that died. And like basically the child had to be cesarean called Milo. And she has like this blood disease and whatnot. And her father is a repo man. And yeah, so like everything's kind of intertwined and stuff. And Blind Mags has like one of the best voices you could ever hear and whatnot. And when the basically when the show is starting, you hear that, oh, this is her final show and stuff, before her contract ends. And then her eyes are taken away from her.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's someone where she's lived a life where she has had the fame, she has had the fortune, but it's not enough. And like, she's just kind of done, you know. She is a great character though. She does basically try and take care of Milo as well. Like, I'm your godmom. I'm sorry I haven't reached out and stuff. Yeah.
Nice,
If you
nice.
like musicals, I recommend Repo. The movie can sometimes be a little hand-holdy with exposition because it gives it to you
And I feel like
twice.
most musical movies are they're they end up diverging from or you know yeah they usually do weird things to try to make it more movie-esque, but sometimes that
Well,
just
basically what they do, and it's an interesting choice and it looks cool. So they have like comic book panels to show the backstory, but then
Mhm,
they explain it in song like right after. And so it's like it feels a wee bit redundant because like, oh, part of the thing is, oh, you hear it the exposition through the songs that they're singing.
mhm.
But it's like when you already show that through a panel, you're not giving new information, even if the comic panels look cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think Blind Mags is a cool, like, nice little hero, maybe a mentor that on this tribe.
nice, nice.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I know you know this one, at
Yeah.
least. We have Elizabeth Eliza Schuyler. Now, for those of you from Hamilton, and if you haven't seen Hamilton, basically this is Alexander Hamilton's wife and stuff. And Eliza is a very devoted, very caring person, very supportive of Alexander Hamilton. And if you haven't seen the musical or heard it, spoiler alert, uh, Hamilton commits adultery. And that was kind of like a breaking point for Eliza. And like, basically she has this very powerful song where she burns all the letters and stuff. And it's like, we're not gonna. It's kind of like empowering song. It's a sad song, but it's a shows a lot of strength in what she does. I think she is definitely a contestant that will be loyal, but not to a fault. I mean,
Mhm,
if she's able to survive a vote, then she will stand up for what is right. I mean, if you're going to go against Eliza, you have to get rid of her because if not, she's not going to take it lying down. Once you burn that bridge, she hopes that you burn.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I will say I'm probably someone who actually am more on more of the spectrum of I'm not a huge fan of Hamilton. Like, I think there's some really good songs in it.
Yeah.
Like I love the King song, for instance.
Oh
Obviously
yeah, of
the
course.
beginning song, Alexander Hamilton is great, Aaron Burr is great. Um, and then I just kind of I feel like there's like a middle part of Hamilton where I get kind of bored, where I'm kind of just like move on, come on, hurry up. Um, but yeah, I mean, I definitely think Eliza is going to be, a good kind of strong-willed woman also on the season. Definitely look forward to see how she plays.
Oh yeah, I agree. Next up, we have Flynn Rider from Tangled, also known as Eugene Switch Herbert. Yeah, he's a rogue. He's someone who, he uses his looks and stuff and tries to be this like nice, suave rogue. It doesn't always pan out for him. His social skills could be better. His smolder doesn't always work. But deep down, he is a hurt guy that is kind of like sensitive to stuff. And, yeah, Entangled, it is a very nice love story between him and Rapunzel. And, Rapunzel brings out a better side of Flynn Rider. I think when it comes to the people that are opposite Disney princesses, if we're talking to princes, I think he is on the better side of like a Disney prince, even
Mhm.
though like he comes we don't necessarily. Well, I believe there's an animated series of Tangled that dives deeper into that, but I haven't seen it. I've only
Yeah.
seen Tangled.
Yeah,
But
a lot of the princes and princesses, especially early Disney, are a little two dimensional. But Flint actually had a lot more to his character than just the pretty boy.
yeah, I will also say he is also in Frozen. Fun fact: him and
Yeah,
Rapunzel make a cameo. It's not an in-your-face cameo, but if you
yeah,
look at the crowd of people that are crossing the bridge, you will see the back of their heads and whatnot in their outfits. So if you didn't know that already, now you know.
yeah,
Fun fact also, now that I think about it, this year will be Frozen's 10-year anniversary. You feel old?
yeah. That sounds pretty crazy, actually.
I realized that as soon as I started speaking. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, yeah. 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
All right. So next up we have Javert.
Yeah,
Um,
he's gonna be singing instead of talking the entire season.
well, I mean, so is Blind Mag. There's a few people from opera. It's a musical one, so there are going to be people. Well, I mean, Eliza, Blind Mag, Blind. It's Blind Mags.
Yeah.
Or Blind Mag. I don't fucking know. Blind Mag. And then the Phantom are all from operas, so that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, Javert from Les Miserables, specifically Russell Crowe's, he gets a lot of shit for not being able to sing, but they still cast him. I don't think it was horrendous. I didn't mind his voice,
Hmm.
but I'm also not like a diehard MT person where that's gonna irritate the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did like
I mean, I enjoyed the movie of Les Mis. Like, I think it was a
same.
serviceable movie. Obviously, the musical itself is better, but like, I don't like always comparing necessarily like, I mean, they always do this like books to movies and stuff, like being like, well, it's so much better in this, so that means that movie sucks. It's not good, and it's like, well,
People
no,
do
I
that
mean,
all the time.
yeah, just like and try to enjoy it for what it is. And if you have issues with it as then be more analytical. Don't just be like, well, it's better in the book, so that means that it can't be good now.
Don't get me wrong, like I've read the Harry Potter books, I've seen the movies, and there's some stuff I think they should have included,
Mhm.
like some subplots and whatnot
Yeah.
that they didn't. But I don't think the movies are bad as a result,
Yeah, I think they're still great, to sit
regardless.
down and turn your brain off and watch.
And like there is a Liam Neeson one. It's a non-musical version of Les Miserables that came out. It's either early 2000s, late 90s. And Jeffrey Rush plays Javert. Regardless, for those of you who have not seen Les Miserables, Javert is basically he is a man of the law, straight and narrow and stuff, and pretty much Jean Valjean, who is this prisoner who was finally freed and then broke his parole, and then Javert kind of like hunts him down. Granted, Javert also kind of does his own thing and then just rose up in the ranks. Very respected, decorated person, and fought against the French Revolution. Even though he also in this kind of like goes undercover to try and like, sabotage him a little bit. So he is someone that is willing to do some get down and dirty to kind of throw his people off guard.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I think Javert is a fun contestant. I think him and Agatha, I feel like this could be an interesting alliance. I'd say that's the more obvious one because they were both, I don't know, I feel lawful evil. They may see themselves as lawful good. I
Yeah.
don't know about it, but
I
like
want to
they're
see
both very
Agatha and
lawful.
Javert get into a relationship together. Let's have that happen. We can.
Maybe, maybe. But yeah. Um, all right, next up. I'm guessing you have not seen RRR.
I have not. I have no idea.
So RRR is a Bollywood movie that came out last year, and it's honestly one of the best movies to come out of 2022.
Mhm.
Basically, it's in India and stuff. Like, there's supposed to be a revolution, and then because like England has been taking territory over in India and stuff, it takes place during that time, and then Kamaram Beam is our next contestant, and he plays one of the two leads. And basically, he's trying to free his sister, who was kind of like bought out from their village and stuff, and he's trying to rescue her. But along the way, he finds love. He finds an English woman that is like, very pretty and stuff, and they have a nice little romance. But more important than that, he has cinema's best bromance with a guy where who he unbeknownst to him, well, unbeknownst to each other, they didn't realize they were enemies, but basically someone who is an undercover cop essentially. And so like they first meet when they help save a child, um and basically who's about to like fall off a bridge, and then him and this one dude lock eyes, and then immediately like, all right, we're gonna save this kid. They help each other out, they save the kid, and then the bromance just kind of continues from there. And then it's one of those things where like, even when he discovers what happens to him, like, this bond they have is so strong. And like this guy, he's tough. The first scene we like see him in is him trying to capture a tiger. And it
Oh.
is like a crazy fight scene, but it's so cool. Not only that, this man can dance. Like the song Natu Natu, that one best original song, has
Mhm.
one of the best dance sequences you will ever see. Um, Now Bollywood films, films coming from India as well, like, they usually incorporate a lot of like singing and dance numbers and stuff. That's one
Mhm.
of the I wouldn't say trademarks, but one of the things that Bollywood films do a lot. And so this one had like one of the best ones where it's so catchy, it's a bop, and the like dancing they do with it is so great. Yeah. So
Right.
Komaram was
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
tough guy, one
It
tough
sounds like he's
cookie.
going to be good in the elements of Survivor.
And not only that, he is a very relatable, like nice guy as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think he'll definitely do well.
Cool. Cool.
All right, next up from Rent, we have Maureen Johnson. Now, played by Medina Menzel, who is no stranger. Her characters are no stranger, and her herself to Brantsteeles. We love her.
Yeah.
Um, you've seen Rent, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen Rents.
Okay. She is manic. She is great. She is full of energy. Um, she is someone who, also is an activist. She's an actress. Um, and she is like one of the biggest flirts there is. She flirts with everyone at her own engagement party. Um, I've only seen the movie, and I've seen the stage show like once or twice, but I'm more familiar with the movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen a stage show of it, so
It's one of those things where it's a recording they did, and then yeah, I think you can find it on Amazon
yeah.
Prime. or something. Maybe even online. But, basically in the movie, it's at their engagement party, and she's flirting with one of the catering peeps. And then her fiance comes over and is like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Joanne, can you just like chill? Let me do. I'm a flirtatious person." And then, you know, yeah, so I can see her just being this wild card out here, just living lies, playing the flirt, and all that. She is also a caring person, but I'd say her biggest takeaway is that she is like this high energy individual, who can also be very flirtatious.
Got it. So maybe trying to channel some poverty shallow energy.
Yeah,
That's
if Parvati Shallows was injected with cocaine and sugar and caffeine and
yeah,
speed. Bit of an exaggeration, but yeah.
yeah. Okay, well,
All
yeah, we'll see how Marine does then.
all right. Next up, we have Melchior Gabor from Spring Awakening. Have you seen Spring Awakening?
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, so this is like one of my favorite musicals. Essentially, it's a bunch of high school kids in Germany, and then they start to like is basically their sexual awakening comes, and it's kind of like they mix in like rock and like modern music with this old time like setting, and basically Melchior Gabor, like, he is kind of like a perfect guy in the sense where, like, yeah, he is smart and everything, but he also is someone that questions a lot of the stuff that is going around and stuff. He is the main protagonist, played by the very talented and my favorite Broadway star, Jonathan Groff. Um, and this is what put him on the map too. This role is
Yeah,
what shot him and Leah Michelle into stardom, basically. Um, and he is someone where he does break the rules, but he's smart about it. He's a very caring person. His friend Moritz, he's constantly there for, who gets a lot of gruff at school, at home. And he falls in love with this one girl and stuff. And once he gets in trouble for some stuff, he escapes out of boarding school, that he was sent away from, comes back and stuff. And like, he's a very determined individual who challenges the status quo. And not in just like a rebel, like, oh yeah, screw everything thing, but more like, no, like there are more thoughts about it. He questions a lot of what goes on.
mhm. Nice, nice.
Yeah. All right. Now, next up from La La Land, we have Mia Dolan, played by Emma Stone. La La Land, if you guys haven't seen it, basically, it's actress and a jazz musician. They meet each other. They don't like each other, then they start to fall in love. It's a nice little love story. Movie was directed by Damien Chazelle, um, who also made that I would say like his two biggest films. One came out recently, was Babylon, and then
Mhm.
also Whiplash, which was what got a lot of people's attention, got my
Yeah,
attention. But
yeah.
La La Land was such a great film, and they had a nice little love story. And Mia, like, she's determined. She wants to make it as an actress and stuff. And like, she puts on her own show, everything like that. And I mean, like, sometimes the obstacles are a lot for her, but she pushes through. But yeah.
Nice, nice. I didn't finish La La Land. I got halfway through and then stopped.
Were you
Got bored.
bored?
Yeah, I got bored. I tried. I really tried to give it a go because people were raving about it. I had a roommate who was like, "This is the best movie ever. You got to watch it." And man, it was very tough to get through half of it.
No, I enjoyed it, especially since a lot of the sites that are in there, like, I've walked by a
Yeah,
lot, like a
yeah,
lot, a lot. There were some things. It's like, oh wait, I actually. It was like, oh wait, yeah. I remember that from La La Land. Oh, I'm walking where Emma Stone walked, and I'm
Yeah.
just like casually doing it. Like some of the stuff shot by our school, which was crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I wanted to watch it a little bit too because one of my dance teachers was a background dancer in La La Land. So the
nice.
big opening, like the dancing in the street kind of stuff, in the early part of the movie, she's one of the dancers dancing on in the streets.
Mm,
Um, I
that's a
think
good
there's
one
a few
too.
other,
That
yeah,
opening scene.
yeah, yeah. I think there's a few other things she's in, but that was the one that she was telling us that she was filming on some day or whatever. Um, so yeah, that's I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me. I guess it didn't capture my attention.
Yeah. All right. And last, but certainly not least, we have one of the most iconic musical star or musical characters of all time.
Yep, legends.
Even even old Hollywood, back when it was a silent film, when the book was made into film, it was the Phantom of the Opera. And this is him. Essentially, he was someone, he's a freak. He was born, his face was born with birth defects. So, like, his face is kind of messed up.
Yeah,
And so that's why he wears the mask. Um, and basically, was kind of rescued as a child by this one woman, and then he grew up in this, you know, opera house, and he kind of just learned all the ins and outs of everything, remained hidden, but his presence would be known. He kind of got a what's the right word? He kind of got a chip on his shoulder and is like, no, you guys must do what I say, otherwise I'm going to mess stuff up. Um, and he's someone where, while some people find him romantic when it came out, um, he's kind of creepy.
yeah,
In the sense of, like, basically he hypnotizes, not actually hypnotizes, but, like, tries to get this one woman, and even when she is like confesses her love to someone else, even though they have a little thing, and basically Christine, who is the lead in that, chooses someone else. He's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna drop a chandelier during your production. Let's see how you guys like that. And then he just starts to cause a lot of havoc and chaos. And he is a sensitive soul. However, he toxic.
yeah.
So
He's yeah, he's treading that villain border, villain,
oh,
but yeah,
he's a villain. I mean, like, some would say a sympathetic villain,
yeah.
but I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like you look and it's like this was a
Yeah.
love story, but like,
Yeah, well, that's probably why also back when it came out, people thought, that he was good because he had that sympathetic side to him, and we hadn't really seen a lot of villains with sympathetic sides when
yeah,
this came out. So, uh, yeah, I think that's why it's has that kind of aura of. But honestly, though, he's kind of a good guy. Like he just wants to find love. What's wrong with love?
it's what you do. It's what you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Um, and he's someone where it's also a thing of, like, also one of the brilliant things about Phantom of the Opera. It's been out, the movie or the musical's been out since the '80s. It's okay if I spoil a few things.
Yeah.
Um, but, like, basically you see him as this mysterious figure, and then you kind of, like, slowly, when you take away a lot of the stuff, you reveal how broken this man is, and how it's really how he carries himself. But once that comes down, you see how much of a monster he really is, not because of, like, what he does, or not because of, like, how he looks, but what he is inside. He
Mhm.
has a redeemable moment at the end, so there is good in him. It's just he himself has not made the right choices a lot in his
Yeah.
life.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm excited to see how he does. If he's gonna maybe take Mia Dolan as as his new love interest or Eliza.
I can see him. Blind Mags has a pretty nice voice. Him
Mhm.
try to take it, or Maureen, maybe that. There's unfortunately.
Yeah.
A lot of
Maybe Agatha, right? Maybe.
Agatha becomes the new flirt, tries for Javert. It's like, oh no, I can discipline the Phantom. We'll see, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is my team. And yeah,
Okay, let's go over to my tribe then. Starting off with someone from one of my favorite musicals, Cannibal the Musical. We got Alfred Packer. Have you? I know you probably have. But have you seen Cannibal the Musical?
I have not.
So the guy who plays him, by the way, Trey Parker, creator of South Park. And this was his college like thesis project was to make a movie, a feature length movie, and so they end up making the thing called Cannibal the Musical, based off of this real guy, Alfred Packer, um, who was basically charged for eating his people who he was on a trip with. Like they were trying to get from Utah to Colorado. But they went during and they got caught in the winter and end up not being able to. They run out of food and end up eating each other basically, or at least that's what is end up told. But the fact is in the party everyone just starts going crazy and ends up killing each other except for Alfred Packer. And he's the last one to survive. But by him coming back, everyone thinks he killed everyone and ate everyone because he was the only one to not die from all of this.
Well, oh, okay. So he might have his work cut out from him if he's kind of like the guy that everyone blames. Let's say if
Yeah,
it
yeah,
goes awry.
he's
So
really
yeah.
like he's got good intentions, but just a little dumb. Like he didn't even want to go on the trip originally. He just happened to kind of overhear a group basically talking about how their guy died, and they need to replace someone who knows Colorado. And he's like, I kind of know Colorado. I've been there a few times. But he has no idea how long it's going to take. But he just says it's going to be like 2 weeks, and it's nowhere close to 2 weeks. So he basically leads them on a wild chase. He really loves his horse Leanne, but his horse Leanne leaves him for some trappers, some people who are killing animals on the trail, basically. And so he ends up not caring about going to their destination anymore because he's now trying to find the horse. But he's not telling anyone about this, so he's doing it secretly, which makes it take so long that we get to winter.
Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to I don't know how well he's gonna do, but I'm rooting for him. I think it's a great musical. Um, yeah. Opening song is called Spadoinkle because you're having a Spadoinkle day.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, you've definitely seen Little Shop of Horrors, I imagine, right?
We performed it at my high school.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wasn't anyone significant in it, but we performed it. So I'm
This,
very familiar with it.
yeah, this is actually my favorite musical of all
It's a
time.
good one.
Yeah, it's really good. And yeah, we got Audrey too. So we got the cannibal man-eating plant, who is basically an alien from another planet. And yeah, it's basically going to be the biggest villain, and they should try to get rid of this thing as quick as possible because it will eat everyone if you let it grow big enough.
Well, I mean, he can be also very, very persuasive. Granted, I think,
Technically, Audrey 2 is actually a she. I actually looked this up because when we were doing our gender thing, I wanted to make sure I was right on it. Um,
oh, okay.
yeah. Apparently, the song "Big Green Mother from Outer Space" like is referring to her as the mother.
Gotcha. Okay, I
Yeah,
did not know that.
yeah, it's got a male voice for like the deep voice, but it's technically because it's also like producing it's giving birth to like little babies on the planet as well. in the final moments.
No, okay.
So
Well, I always that I didn't assume that because plants usually kind of like asexually. I'm not a botanist. This is
yeah,
why
yeah,
I did not get Seymour. Um,
yeah,
also,
yeah.
my lack of singing skills is also why I didn't get Seymour.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I know. I looked it up just because I was curious, honestly, because it's you don't really know too much about Audrey until pretty much the end, when the reveal kind of happens. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely I needed like a good villain for this tribe because I didn't have a villain per se. So let's see how
no.
Audrey does.
Now, you- this musical's been out for a while, so spoilers. The movie and the stage show have two very different endings. So, which one do you prefer?
I like when they all die.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things where I appreciate both, but I feel like the ending song of the stage one, "Don't Feed the Plant,"
Mhm.
is so great.
Yeah,
That's like, man, I get why they did it. Because they did film the original thing, but then they were like, no, um,
yeah,
happy ending. But the original, the like final song where basically Audrey 2, she takes over the world and everything
yeah.
is so cool. Like,
Yeah, it's unexpected, I think. Like
yeah,
you are expecting that good ending. But when it doesn't happen, I don't know, it hits different.
yeah. For people who've only seen it the first time.
Yeah. Okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's Audrey 2. Moving on now to one of my other favorite musicals, definitely top three. Also written by Trey Parker, Matt Stone. We got Elder Cunningham from the Book of Mormon. Have you've listened, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's just so good. It's so funny. It's got so much heart to it. It's like all the characters really like it's interesting because a lot of people I think when they hear, oh, they made a musical out the Book of Mormon and it's by the Southward guys, they think, oh, they're probably just going to be making fun of Mormons the entire time. But actually, what's really genius about Trey Barker and Matt Stone is that they can make some fun of them, but then actually find ways that is like actually this is good. Like we get to kind of see like their progression and story of how Mormonism is actually helping them in their own lives as well.
Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting how they're able to kind of not necessarily take a side, but mesh both sides together into just honestly one of the best musicals of the modern generation.
No, it's a I remember hearing some of the songs in high school, and then during the pandemic, I did watch a few. I did watch a bootleg, with Josh Gad and Andrew Rannells,
Mhm.
both of which were amazing.
Yeah.
And Elder Cunningham, I mean, he's your character, so I'll let you, give his personality. But like, just basically their dynamic and stuff. The songs in there are catchy and stuff. There's a lot of fun, like surprises, and it does have that South Park humor to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elder Cunningham, he's so endearing.
He's a goofball. Like he's not he lies all the time and they're pretty bad lies. Like he just is trying to but like they're kind of good intentions. Like he's trying to do
Yeah,
good, but he doesn't know how to do good. So he he ends up saying that like that someone dies in the fiery pits of Mordor in the Bible.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
He
just
just makes his own shit up because he
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
remember.
Yeah, I honestly I kind of really relate to Elder Cunningham. I feel like
Yeah,
if I could sing good, like this would be like my dream role for a musical is to play Elder Cunningham. Um, he's just hilarious. Like he's one of the ones that every time he opens his mouth, it's just hilarious.
no, yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
and I love Josh Gad as well. He's awesome.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm definitely rooting for him to do well. Okay, moving on now to Pitch Perfect. We got Fat Amy. I haven't watched too much of the other Pitch Perfect besides the first one. Um,
Yeah,
first one I thought was decent, and I definitely think that Fat Amy was the best part of it. It was the breakout role for Rebel Wilson.
yeah,
She ended up getting becoming a big name after this movie. But yeah, no, it's she just has so much confidence, and doesn't let the fact that she's overweight like keep her down. Like she literally puts it on herself in front of her name to
yeah.
to not let anyone else use it against her.
No, no. Fat Amy is such a yeah. She is someone where she is very strong. She is someone who knows what she wants and she goes for it. Um, like her little dynamic with Bunker, their little romance. I saw the second one, did not see the third one, but the first one is better. I really enjoyed Pitch Perfect. Um, One, I think the cast, the music was great. It also came out, and you know, I was late to it, but so many people at my high school were like talking up about, mostly the theater kids. But
Yeah,
like,
it was
it
definitely
was
a
such a
theater kid movie.
yeah. Um, and I think like honestly, also Pitch Perfect is a cool college movie as well. Like, not in the sense of like, oh, it's raunchy or anything, but it's a cool like college movie.
Um,
Um, yeah, and Fat Amy, very iconic.
yeah,
No, she's great. And Rebel Wilson, she's hilarious. Her like anti-humor, her dry delivery for a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Did you know that one of her biggest roles, or one of her first featured roles and whatnot, was in Ghost Rider?
Really?
She was this goth girl that was saved by Ghost Rider and is telling the news people what happened.
Uh,
I was watching Cinema Sins, and then it was like Rebel Wilson had a career after this. But no,
yeah, I know she was also in the first season of Workaholics. I don't know if you ever watched Workaholics.
I did not.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, she plays like a groupie of the clown posse, whatever that group is or whatever.
Insane
She's
Clown
like,
Posse.
yeah, 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 and she ends up uh flirting with Adam Devine, who is also ends up being in Pitch Perfect as Bumper.
Yep.
So interesting how they end up working out, later on there. But yeah, she had done some other things, but it's obviously Pitch Perfect. It was the iconic role for her.
Exactly.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, next up from the movie Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, we got Jables, aka JB, aka Jack Black, if you just want to call him by his actual name.
Jack Black, because it is, as much as you can say that it's autobiographical, it was more so like, you know, it is their origin story in the most like ridiculous way ever. Like, obviously it didn't quite happen how it does in the movie,
Yeah,
but it is a musical in the sense where, it is crude. It is not as polished as others. It is something where it, has to focus on rock and this very kind of like specific sound that Tenacious D has. And yeah, it's a fun, raunchy, like musical comedy. And Jack Black and Kyle Gass are just a great, yeah,
yeah.
it is basically Jack Black and Kyle Gass.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot of fun. I recently the reason I picked it was I recently watched the movie again, just for fun. And I just was laughing hysterically through a lot of it. Um, but yeah, no, it's so good. Jable was freaking uh has a showdown with the devil.
yeah,
Have a rock off, which is it's one of the craziest things that I've ever seen in a musical is that sequence.
no, that movie gives zero fucks about love. It's like, no, let's
Yeah,
do this. And then like even when they had because basically in the movie they're trying to find the pick of destiny so that way they can have they can be rock legends and stuff like that. because no one is really vibing their sound or anything, and then they have like a fantasy that goes crazy where he literally blows someone's mind with his rock.
Yeah.
Basically, this is just Jack Black being Jack Black.
Yeah, it's just crazy absurdist comedy for however long it is, 90 minutes or whatever. And yeah, it's a good one, you know, if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely give it a a watch.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. Next up from Mean Girls the musical, we got Janice Ian, who, you know, before the movie kind of takes place or the musical takes place, she's, with friends with Regina George, but Regina George ends up dropping her, and so now she almost becomes like the outcast of the school in some regards, kind of on the, she's not in any of the big cliques anymore, and so kind of when the main character ends up coming in, she kind of tries to use this a little bit to take down Regina George, and try to get rid of her from seeming like she's the queen bee at this point. But yeah, I mean, I just think she's really good. I love her song near the end, where
Yeah.
she basically just says that, it doesn't matter about all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm just going to be me. Great song, great character. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Rather Be Me is a great. Like she has a lot. I mean, the actress who plays her also did Veronica and Heather's the musical.
Mhm.
Um, and like no, Janice was great in this, and she is someone where she's very selective of her friends because of the whole Regina thing. That's why her and Damien got along so well. And then when Katie came, she was like, "Oh yeah, like cut from the same cloth and stuff." And like, yeah, I feel like Janice is someone she had to take a lot of stuff throughout her, time in
Yeah.
high school and stuff. But I feel like she's someone we can definitely get behind. She is, I would say, like, because I've been rewatching Total Drama recently. She's like Gwen a lot,
Yeah.
where
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, the same kind of like goth girl alternative. And when I see this dynamic, I can really see her. I honestly want to see her and Sally get into an alliance.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Janice is a great character, and it's finally nice. Because we've had Katie, had Regina, now we have Janice.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna go through the whole Mean Girls cast at some point.
Hmm. Yep,
So, yeah, nice. That's Janice. We'll see how she does. Next up, we got this is my personal favorite modern Disney musical, Moana, and
it's
we
a
got,
good one.
yeah, played by Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And my favorite song from the music from the movie, honestly, is his song "You're Welcome." I
It's
mean,
a good one.
it's a bop.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
you
but
stole it right from my head.
yeah, exactly. It's but yeah, he's pretty cocky, pretty arrogant. He thinks that he's, all of that and a bag of chips or whatever. And yeah, he is honestly the most physical person on this tribe, so I don't think you can really get rid of him early on. So
No, you're gonna have to put up with his cockiness and stuff.
yeah, yeah, because I will say, yeah, I definitely did not pick a very physical heavy tribe. So yeah, he's got that going for him. He's like Jonathan from 42. Just
Well, I mean, I feel like if Jonathan was any kind of like deity, it would probably be Maui because Maui is
yeah,
basically for those of you who don't know, like, he exists in Polynesian mythology, like in that song, You're Welcome, all the things he listed off is things that Maui has done in, Hawaiian lore and everything. So, the man's resume is pretty impressive. And like, yeah, he has a giant fish hook that can help him turn. I don't think he gets this, because that gives him an unfair advantage. But even without that, he is a fierce warrior.
yeah,
Um,
definitely someone to look out for, especially when they get to these immunity challenges. I'm hoping he makes it that far and can go on maybe a run.
yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Next up from the show Schmigadoon, we got Melissa Gimbel, who is someone who, loves the classic musicals. Really wanted to kind of be on stage a lot of the time, but I think it was just she just couldn't quite fit in with that kind of world and ends up going in to be a doctor instead. But because of Schmigadoon, she gets to kind of live her fantasy of being in a musical. And it's one of the better Apple TV Plus shows, in my opinion. I definitely really enjoy it. And yeah, Cecily Strong, who plays her, is great. I love everything she does as well.
Yeah. I remember fun fact. So Joe was like over at my place and he showed me the show. I was like, oh man, I haven't seen Chicago yet. But like Schmigadoon was such a great, even if that was just the only season, it would have been like still a solid limited series. But
Mhm.
yeah, and no, she and Keegan Michael Key, both of them really made the show. And I'm not as familiar with her work besides this and like the occasional SNL skit that I have seen. But like no, she was a great part of that, of
Yeah.
Schmigadoon.
Yeah, you should definitely watch Chicago. I think it's actually better than the first season.
I probably will once my schedule's been busy, guys. So
Yeah.
it is something like I haven't seen the finale of Ted Lasso yet, mostly because I'm
Yeah.
like,
I haven't watched like the last three episodes of Ted Lasso. It's I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this season was that good. If I'll just be honest.
I
um
think it was still good, but I wasn't. I think one and two were definitely better.
well, I mean we can go into a little Ted Lasso talk here real quick, but I just think that they had a lot of storylines that they started and then just kind of said, ugh, and then got rid of a lot of things. Like there's so many characters that they built up, like gave a lot of screen time for like one or two episodes, and then just like then the next episode was like, we can't have them here. And I know this a bit as like as a writer, but if you look at who wrote all the episodes, like every episode is written by a different person. So what I'm thinking happened was a lot of people had a lot of ideas for the season and they didn't know what to do with all of them. And so they just were like, we're just going to do these. That person's not really necessary for this later stuff. So let's just write them out and then keep going, which is not good.
No,
um,
I mean, because some people get attached to those stories and then
Yeah, well, it's just you shouldn't spend a lot of time on something that doesn't actually lead to anywhere. So yeah, it's just compared to the first two seasons, or especially the first. I think the first season was like really good, like one of the best seasons of television. And I think the second season was okay, like there's some good stuff. And then I think this third season was just, I think they kind of just checked out a bit and was like, we're gonna make a lot of money off of this.
you can make money off of
And they
streaming.
knew they weren't going to make a fourth season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But anyway, Schmigadoon and Chicago, Melissa Gimbel, definitely looking forward to seeing how she does here. If I wonder if she's gonna feel right at home though. She just walked into a world with all these musical characters.
she's
So,
probably geeking out.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay, next up from the musical Be More Chill, we got Michael Mell. Have you listened to Be More Chill?
I have seen it. Now, is he the main guy or the best friend of the main
He's the
guy?
best friends. Yeah,
Okay, then yeah,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
who he is.
yeah. His song "Michael in the Bathroom" basically is what made this musical super popular. Like it kind of blew up on online basically, and got Be More Chill to the point where it actually became a Broadway show. Like it was a like off Broadway, then it went to and then it just like went crazy where it's like, okay, now we're gonna do a few months in off Broadway. Oh, now we're here on Broadway. Um, but yeah, he is basically the best friend kind of character. He just wants to smoke weed, play video games, and eat food from 7-Eleven.
Is this you just chose some good. I see some parallels, Joe, between you
Yeah,
and this guy.
yeah. This guy, I relate so much to this guy. He's so great. He just comes in listening to some reggae music, and is just having a good time. Like he just wants to have a good time with his friend. Like what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Exactly. So, but yeah, in the musical, his friend does leave him and makes him feel like, it's no longer a two-player game. It's now, a single player game, and he is not having a good time with that because, he just wants to be with his buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a good musical. If you want to listen to something that's a little edgier because it's got some kind of adult topics to it as well. Definitely give it a watch.
I agree.
Cool, cool.
All right.
Okay,
Last
final
but certainly
person.
not least.
Yes, from The Nightmare Before Christmas, we got Sally, who is basically this creation of this doctor, who is this mad doctor, and yeah, she's also like the love interest for Jack Skellington for the movie. She kind of really wants to be with Jack, but Jack's got so many other things on his mind that he doesn't really have time to actually look at Sally. Um, but yeah, she also can lose her limbs pretty easily, like they can fall off. With just like the slightest little bit of movement around.
Yeah.
Because she pretty much is a corpse. But yeah,
Yeah. No, and she is someone too where like she escapes her creator a lot,
yeah,
breaks out and stuff.
yeah.
She
Poison him.
yeah, was trying to pretty much rescue Santa from Oogie Boogie. She's a very resourceful person nonetheless. Yeah, so I feel like yeah, she is, a nice, sweet person, but she's not 100% a pushover. She is able to think up of ways and strategies to, get what she wants out of life.
Yeah, definitely do not let her be the one cooking food on the days of tribal council because you're gonna take it, fall asleep, and then wake up and people are voting you out.
Little side thing that it reminds me of. Did you see this article that in I think it was French Survivor, someone gave someone gave two other contestants and herself food poisoning by accident,
Oh my
and
God.
this was like final five. Um, they were able to all be treated and all well. They tried voting her out, but then she played an idol. And was able to stay. So it's like just imagine the craziness of like you're in final five and then you get food poisoning
Yeah,
from I think it was like it was some kind of expired mussel, whether it was clams or oysters.
great.
Which
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I hadn't heard about that.
no, I saw the story and I was like, oh, that is crazy.
Nice, nice. Cool. Well, that does it for my tribe. Who are the standouts on your tribe?
I'm gonna say blind bat. This is tough. I feel like I'm not rooting for the Phantom, but I hope he lasts a long time here.
Hmm,
I would say Blind Mags, Flynn Rider, and Melchior, and like Komaram being like a nice like honorable mention.
hmm.
Same with Marine. I
Nice,
just
nice.
named over half my tribe of people. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rooting for Agatha. I think it'll be funny seeing her make it far. And then I also say I go Flynn and Javert. So yeah.
Nice. All right.
And then on my tribe, I'm definitely rooting for Alfred Packer, Jables, and Michael Mell.
I'm gonna have to go with Jables, Maui, and I gotta give it to the Mean Girls. I gotta give it to Janice Ian.
Mhm. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. You ready to get into this?
Let's do it.
Okay, nothing there. No alliances so far. Who wins reward? The Big Hollow Tribe wins the war. They win Flint and 20 pounds of beans. That's a lot of beans.
That's a lot. We are using Caramoan, so
Yeah.
Prince.
And your tribe wins immunity.
Yay!
Okay, I guess I got the first boot then. Eliza and Melchior have a small fight. The Trunchbull and Blind Mag have a minor disagreement.
Oh my. All this discourse. Oh my God. Nice.
And JB finds the hidden immunity idol.
This is perfect.
Yeah, he honestly he just thought that it looked like the pick of destiny in the
It
sand. And
turns out to be an island.
Amy and Michael have a major fight. Okay, Amy can't be fighting with Michael.
I think it might be Michael, or that's all we really have to
Uh,
go
then I
on
guess
your side.
I have to say bad Amy because I want Michael making it far.
I don't know. I like Pitch Perfect a lot.
Yeah. Okay. First votes goes to Cunningham.
No.
Second vote goes to Sally. Third vote goes to Cunningham. Fourth vote goes to Sally. Fifth vote goes to Cunningham. Sixth vote goes to Cunningham.
No.
Seventh vote goes to Cunningham. Eighth vote goes to Sally. Ninth vote goes to Sally. And we are tied between Sally and Elder Cunningham.
This kind of bites. Even though they're not the ones I mentioned, I still like them.
Yeah, I don't want them going home. Not first.
No.
Okay. First vote goes to Sally. Second vote goes to Sally. Third vote goes to Sally. Fourth vote goes to Sally and Sally. Yeah, so they just split the votes and then take out Sally.
They were like, "You poisoned food?
Yeah,
Nah, we're
we're
not
not
messing."
dealing with that. So Amy, Audrey, two, Janice, Packer, and Sally voted Cunningham. Cunningham, JB, Maui, Melissa, and Michael voted Sally.
I think it was just like split the votes, see what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see who wins immunity. And my tribe wins immunity. They also win fishing gear.
Ah, jeez.
And Marine finds the hidden immunity idol.
Very nice.
Flynn has a major meltdown.
Oh no.
Eliza had a major meltdown. That's all that's happening on your tribe. Audrey 2 and Maui have a small fight. Oh, Maui is trying to tackle the beast of Audrey 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be Eliza or Flynn.
Yeah,
That's all we really.
it's probably one of
There's
them, right?
well, I mean, there are no alliances. Agatha and Blind Mags also had a little thing.
Yeah.
Melchior and who was it? They had a little thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. First vote goes to Blind Mag. Second vote goes to Blind Mag. Third vote goes to Blind Mag. Fourth vote goes to Javert. Fifth vote goes to Javert. Sixth vote goes to Javert. Seventh vote goes to Blind Mag. Eighth vote goes to Javert. Ninth vote goes to Javert.
Looks like
And Javert voted out.
they were like, no, we can't have this guy. He's too straight laced.
Let's see. So Blind Mag, Flynn, Comaram, Maureen, Melchior, and the Trunchbull voted Javert. Eliza, Javert, Mia, and Phantom voted Blind Mag. Okay. No alliances still.
Nope.
And
All
the
right.
tribe wins immunity. They also win chairs, pillows, a blanket, a tarp, and rope. The Trunchbull and Blind Mag find something in common. Eliza and Mia bond strongly. Eliza and Melchior bond slightly.
Any alliances? No.
No alliances. Packer and Janice find something in common.
Outsiders.
Yeah. Janice and Maui bond strongly. And Audrey too has a major meltdown. Oh, that is a scary person to have a meltdown.
Nope.
I think you vote
Gotta
out Audrey too immediately.
Yep. Do it now.
Yeah. First vote goes Audrey too. Second vote goes to Michael. Third vote goes to Michael. Fourth vote goes to Audrey too. Fifth vote goes to Michael. Sixth vote goes to Audrey too. Seventh vote goes to Michael. Eighth vote goes to Audrey too. One vote left. And Audrey too is voted out.
All right. They were well,
Yeah.
all except three people were very smart.
Yeah.
You can't let her get to she's having a she eats people.
Yeah, you go back to camp and go to sleep with Audrey 2 with a meltdown, you will be Ethan. Cunningham, JB, Maui, Melissa, and Michael voted Audrey 2. Amy, Audrey 2, Janice, and Packer voted Michael. Okay.
No one
Okay.
wants to align.
Yeah, no one wants to make alliances this season. We're having one of those kind of seasons, I suppose. Um, well, the Big Hole tribe wins reward. They win a visit by a local bushman. Does that help them with immunity? It does. They win immunity.
I'm sorry, man.
Uh, this is looking a bit rough. Melchior and the Phantom bond slightly. Homeram and Melchior bond slightly. And Eliza and Mia
Melchior's
have a
showing that.
small fight. And first alliance of
Oh,
the game is Agatha, Blind Mag, Homeram, Melchior, and the Phantom. And Melchior rests at camp to restore his energy. And Comaram is injured but gets treated and can stay in the game.
this man was this man has endured way too much just go out because of an injury.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably like injured his leg and he just like got some rope and just tied it together and was like, okay, I'll be fine.
That yeah, that would make sense for him.
JB and Maui bond strongly. Packer is impressing the rest of the team as we get the first alliance here on the Goda tribe. We got Packer, Jable, Fantasy, and Maui, Melissa Gimbel, and Michael Mel. I'm liking this alliance.
Yeah, it's definitely a majority. So two people are just
Yeah,
totally screwed.
who are the two people? Let's see here. Elder Cunningham and Fat Amy, is it?
No, that's not nice,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say Fat Amy just because I don't want it to be Cunningham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is one of the two. Like I prefer neither, but at the same time, that's just how the cards were dealt.
Yeah. First vote goes to Amy. Second vote goes to Cunningham. Third vote goes to Cunningham. Fourth vote goes to Amy. Fifth vote goes to Cunningham. Sixth vote goes to Amy. Seventh vote goes to Cunningham. Eighth vote goes to Amy. We are tied between Fat Amy and Elder Cunningham.
This tribe is all about fleshing out the idols.
Yep, they're playing it very safe. If they can split votes, they'll split votes.
Oh yeah.
First vote goes to Amy. Second vote goes to Amy. Third vote goes to Amy. Yet again, another case
Yeah.
splitting the votes and then just piling them all into one person.
I mean, it's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cunningham, Maui, Melissa, and Michael voted Amy. Amy, JB, Janice, and Packer voted Cunningham.
All
Okay.
right.
My tribe can stop going now, at least for one tribal.
Might be tough.
Okay, immunity. Come on, guys. You got this.
I'm sorry, man.
Well, there goes Cunningham.
There could always be some discourse.
Eliza and Flynn have a minor disagreement. Blind Mag and Flynn find something in common. And the Trunchbull leaves the alliance.
Okay.
JB works hard again and becomes tired.
Oh, this is like, yeah, that's all we can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's get the firewood ready for tomorrow,
unfortunately, this is Elder Cunningham's swan song.
Stuck. First vote goes to Michael. Second vote goes to Cunningham. Third vote goes to Cunningham. Fourth vote goes to Cunningham. And yeah,
Yeah.
Cunningham just unanimously voted out. Well, now that group of six is going to have to turn on each other if they lose again.
Oh yeah, there's no tribe swap. It doesn't go until 14.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Let's see who wins reward.
oh
Let's
no.
try wins reward. They win steaks, sausages, vegetables, condiments, and wine for reward. Come on. Upset time. Upsets. Oh,
The only thing that's upset is you right now.
I'm very upset right now. Blind Mag is impressing the rest of the team. Me and Phantom bond strongly.
No, don't fall for it.
Yeah, yeah. She's being swooned by the Phantom right now. Eliza and Melchior have a minor disagreement, and the Trunchbull and Blind Mag form an alliance. And Agatha is
Interesting.
super on board.
Ag and Mag.
Mag and Mag, yeah. JB and Maui have a small fight.
It's not smart.
So it's Maui, I guess, right?
It might be Maui. He has the idol.
Yeah, yeah. If JB plays it, I mean, it's like guaranteed. And it's getting closer to the merge time, so now it's a little more like maybe you take out a physical threat. They're not winning
Yeah.
in challenges anyways.
So clearly,
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
reason to keep you're not getting anything out of keeping him.
yeah, exactly. JB uses the idol, so it can't be him. So first vote goes to JB, does not count. Second vote goes to JB, does not count. Third vote goes to JB, does not count.
Played correctly.
Fourth vote goes to JB, does not count. Janice. Janice
No,
Ian has been idled out.
that blows.
So they must have wanted strength then. It was Michael and JB. Wow.
All right. This may give you a saving grace. Now it won't be just this tribe losing.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, I got 5 people left in the game. Not looking.
Man, literally half the tribe.
Yeah. So the cult stands together. So three female members of the cult will stay. Two female members of the call tribe will go to the Yoda tribe. So Marine and Mia are going. Melchior and the Phantom will stay, and Flynn and Comaram will go. Yeah, so Melissa's the only female member left, so she will stay, I suppose. Two male members, Packer and Michael, will stay. And Jables and Maui, who were at each other's throat, are going to the go.
My God. What do these
Well,
teams look like now?
oh my God.
Okay. So
Okay.
they just literally just have two newbies.
Yeah, they got Jables and Mally, and Goda is now just still dominated by your tribe.
Oh, it's, I don't know how by the numbers they will do it, but it would be just easy, just get rid of the people you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, especially over here, Jables and Maui were fighting with each other. This is like the perfect opportunity to just decide the fights.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah, idol is currently hidden. Let's see who wins immunity. And the Bacall tribe wins immunity. Okay. JB and the Phantom find something in common. Interesting. Flynn and Melissa bond slightly. Pomeram and Melissa have a small fight. And Michael leaves the alliance
Oh
of
no,
the tribe.
I'm sorry. Dude.
And Mia works hard at camp becomes tired. Okay, well, Michael, I guess you're going home.
Just go to Stanford, go to tribal council because, like, I'm sorry.
It's so dumb.
It was, yeah, but how often am I going to make a punt out of
Brantsteele has
the
not liked me today. I'll just say that.
no? We are recording if our appearance is not, because I'm wearing the same shirt, he's wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
We are bulk recording today. Well, I would say bulk. We're recording one other Brantsteele and this today.
Mhm.
The musical one or the sitcom one we filmed first. Now we're doing this.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I feel like my people are getting targeted a lot more than normal. No, no, I've taken your uh, shoes this series.
It's the series five curse.
Yeah. uh, Marine uses the idol on Michael.
All right, there you go.
Okay, okay. First vote goes to Marine.
Oh no,
Second vote goes to Comaran.
no.
Third vote goes to Comaran. Fourth vote goes to Marine. Fifth vote goes to Comaran. Sixth vote goes to Marine. And
Oh
Marine.
my god. Well, that really sucks.
Wow. She thought exactly what we were thinking, that it was going to be Michael going home. But little did she know she was the target. And Michael voted for Marine.
That's messed up.
Oh boy, Michael, that is cold blooded. So Flynn, Comaram, Mia, and Michael voted Marine. Marine, Melissa, and Packer voted Comaram. So yeah, Marine was flipping over to my tribe's team. But Michael has flipped over to your guys' team.
Good god. So is go to tribal council again or no?
Yeah, will they go to? We will find out. There, let's see who wins reward. The Go to Tribe wins reward. They went a trip to another island with a coffee bar, cookies, croissant, and brownies.
All right.
And
Oh my
Go
god.
Tribe wins immunity. Oh boy. No events occur. They're just resting.
There doesn't need to be.
Yeah. Oh no. The Go to Tribe too.
Well, it's tough to really say.
Yeah. Um. I'm not sure honestly what happens here. I think I think we're either losing Melissa or Packer on. I think Michael is flipped over to your team.
Yeah, I'd say your assessment is pretty accurate.
First vote goes to Mia. Second vote goes to Comaram.
Or, my team just has a lot of beef they need to work out.
Yeah, they didn't get to go a lot, so now it's time to vote each other out. Third vote goes to Mia. Fourth vote goes to Mia. And Mia is voted out unanimously.
Dang. She's like, no, go back to Hollywood. But we
Well,
are at the merge.
okay, perfect. Nice. Yeah, my five people who made the tripod did somehow managed to not get voted out.
Nah. All right, so guess it's time to do a little assessment. Um, I'd say Agatha's playing a pretty decent game. Uh, aligning herself. I feel like she's part of the reason what was carrying that team a lot. Um, I think Jables is definitely doing good. And yeah, I would also say that Melchior is also playing a pretty decent social game. And I think Michael, I wouldn't count him out either.
Yeah, I think that big move against Marine of having her play her idol on him and then vote her out was a pretty big move.
Yeah. It is unfortunate. One of these people will be just shy of jury.
Yeah. There's still one more person who won't make it. So let's see who that person is. Idol is currently hidden.
Yeah, no one was able to get the idol from either tribe
Yeah,
before the merge. So, that's two less idols that are in play in this
yeah.
season.
Who wins first individual immunity? Packer wins immunity. He is safe. Okay, I have at least one of my people safe here. The Trunchbull and Melissa have a small fights.
That's not good.
Liza and JB bond strongly, but then JB and Maui have a minor disagreement. They just never they don't like each other. And a new alliance forms between Eliza, Jables, Melissa, Michael, and the Phantom.
Hmm.
And Maui is injured but gets treated and can stay in the game.
He's a demigod.
Yeah.
I can see Agatha or Maui kind of being targeted because they're both their people that's opposing them do have alliances.
Yeah. I think those are accurate ones. I could see both of them being the merge boot here. Okay. First votes goes to Melchior.
Please no.
Second vote goes to JB. Third vote goes to Flynn. Fourth vote goes to Flynn. Fifth vote goes to Flynn.
Oh man.
Sixth vote goes to JB. Seventh vote goes to Melchior. Eighth vote goes to Flynn. Ninth vote goes to Melchior. 10th vote goes to Melchior.
Oh no.
11th vote goes to JB. One vote left. And Flynn
Oh
voted
man.
out.
That I guess there was like we can't really trust this guy going in. It's the first time they were able to get rid of him since the very first episode. So oh wait, no, my bad. Wait, what?
What's up?
Oh, sorry, the graph made me confused. So he was in the orange tribe.
Um, yeah, he got swapped there.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I was mistaken.
yeah. So Eliza, Comaram, Melchior, Michael, and Phantom voted Flynn. JB, Maui, Melissa, Packer voted Melchior, and Blind Mag, Flynn, and the Trunchbull voted JB. Okay. Okay, now these are all the people who have made jury. Idol is currently hidden. Let's see who wins reward. Group number one is Agatha, Blind Mag, Eliza, Jables, and Maui. Group number two is Alfred, Packer, Comaram, Melchior, Melissa, and Michael. And Phantom does not participate and cannot win reward. As group number 2 wins reward, they win a trip to a waterfall and lunch. And Melissa Gimbel wins immunity.
It was the last gasp when the tide
Yeah.
comes in.
And Eliza finds the hidden immunity idol.
It is it's funny. It's all the E's.
Yeah.
It's for Enel and Matt Adam.
Yeah. Eliza
Like
finds it now. Yeah, however you say that.
it's just line made. It's made line backwards.
Yeah. Okay. Eliza and Comaran bond slightly. Packer and Maui find something in common. Blind Mag and Eliza have a major fight.
Don't do that.
It could be a potential Blind Mag if Eliza maybe is getting voted for and she uses the idol.
You can see that.
Okay, let's see here. Eliza uses her idol.
Now, was it correct?
First vote goes to Alfred Packer. Nope.
Nope.
Second vote goes to JB. Third vote goes to the Trunchbull. Fourth vote goes to Packer. Fifth vote goes to Trunchbull. Sixth vote goes to JB. Seventh vote goes to Packer. Eighth vote goes to Trunchbull. Ninth vote goes to Trunchbull. And Agatha is voted out.
So the numbers are now even again.
Yeah.
There
yes.
we go.
Somehow.
Somehow the luck shifted back. It was like, oh wait, this is Joe's team. Joe's team. My bad,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah. Honestly, normally I put my team on the top row and then yours on the bottom. And so I think it just has it has to recalculate what's going on.
Yeah.
So Eliza, JB, Maui, Melissa, Michael, and Packer voted Trunchbull. Homeran, Melchior, and Phantom voted Packer. Blind Mag and the Trunchbull voted JB. So this is still a little bit tribal, but Eliza flipped over.
That they have.
Okay, final 10 here. Okay, group number 1 is Packer, Comaram, Maui, Michael, and the Phantom. Group number 2 is Blind Mag, Eliza, Jable with Melchior, and Melissa. And group number 1 win for war. They win a trip to a resort and lunch. Good on them. Good on them. Who wins immunity? And Michael wins immunity.
Good job.
Good job. And Maui finds the hidden immunity idol.
Perhaps you'll have better luck than Eliza when it comes to playing it correctly.
Hopefully he has better luck than anyone with idols this season. They have not really been used correctly.
Nope.
Packer and Blind Mag find something in common as an alliance dissolve.
So
and Michael worked hard, can't become tired.
So this can go any number of directions right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I don't even know.
Yeah, I would just have to throw out a random name. I'm just gonna say Blind Mag.
I'm gonna say Packer.
Okay. No one stands. First vote goes to Comaram. Second vote goes to Melissa. Third vote goes to Melissa. Fourth vote goes to Comaram. Fifth vote goes to Melissa. Sixth vote goes to Comaram. Seventh vote goes to Melissa. Eighth vote goes to Comaram. Ninth vote goes to Melissa. 10th vote goes to Comaram. We are tied. Will we get rocks?
I think if it mirrors the strategy that was used earlier with the go to tribe, it could be a thing of like just to flush an idol. And since that didn't happen, they can just choose their appropriate target.
Yeah, well, the fact that we do have a 5-5 tribe split right now, it is very possible that this is just tribal lines. And will any of the people, uh, flip on their five, or do you just let the game pretty much be decided by rocks?
So to say, rocks is never the answer unless you're one of these two people. Rocks is never the answer, or if you have immunity.
Yeah, yeah. First vote goes to Melissa. Second vote goes to Melissa. Third vote goes to Comaram. Fourth vote goes to Melissa. Fifth vote goes to Comaram. Sixth vote goes to Comaram. Seventh vote goes to Comaram. One vote left. And Comaram is taken out. So who is the flipper? Eliza. She was already kind of on my tribe, and she has now flipped. So JB, Maui, Melissa, Michael. Yeah, so it was tribal lines.
I have now lost five in a row.
Yeah.
It just
uh,
it
okay.
course corrected.
It really did. Okay. War challenge. Packer wins a cold beer and peanuts.
Not too bad.
Melchior wins a choice of three covered items: a Ross and coconut, one slice of pizza, and the rest of the pizza. And he chooses the slice of pizza.
Still pretty good.
And then the Phantom wins the whole pizza.
Nice.
Phantom wins a roasted chicken.
Yeah.
Michael wins information in the game, a clue to the hidden immunity idol, which I
Nice.
think Maui has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So though it is nice, it's not, you know, relevant.
Eliza wins a covered item, wine, and a meal. She can give it up so the tribe gets rice and beans, but she keeps the reward.
This could be
Yeah.
very, very dangerous for her at tribal.
Blind Mag wins an advantage in the next immunity challenge.
Nice.
Melissa wins Pig Brain.
Lovely.
And five castaways win a letter from a loved one. Packer, Maui, Melchior, Melissa, and Michael. And Maui wins a covered item, a jar of peanut butter to be shared by the tribe.
Yeah.
And Blind Mag wins immunity using that advantage.
Yeah.
Eliza is impressing the rest of the team as JB leaves this alliance. And Eliza rests the camp for energy. So that is a big move that JB has now just left, because that could be a crack.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Eliza, with that one stunt of not sacrificing her meal,
Yeah.
could really put her
Yeah,
in
she was
trouble.
already in a situation where like people probably didn't like her on her original tribe because she just flipped. So now that could be very easy incentive to just take out Eliza there.
Yeah.
Could be similar to how Samoa went down with John Fincher, where he didn't give up his piece of pie to give pie to the rest of the people, and it was just he had just flipped against his original alliance, so perfect time to just take him out.
Yeah. It's these rewards that you really, really need to think. They
Yeah,
play a lot more into things than people realize.
yeah. First vote goes to Michael. Second vote goes to Melissa. Third vote goes to Melissa. Fourth vote goes to the Phantom. Fifth vote goes to Melissa. Sixth vote goes to Michael. Seventh vote goes to Michael. Eighth vote goes to JB.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't know. And Melissa is
Ah,
out. Okay, what the heck happened to this vote? Blind Mag, Eliza, Melchior, Phantom voted Melissa. JB, Maui, and Packer voted Michael. Michael voted JB, and Melissa voted. So yeah, they just kind of imploded.
Yeah.
Like if they just all voted together, didn't try to take out a move on Michael, they could have had the number still. What
But
what a way to just kind of ruin your lead.
everything you've worked for. Because
Yeah.
now it's tied again.
Yeah, it's like that vote didn't even matter before.
No.
Okay. Who wins immunity? JB wins immunity.
Nice.
Okay, the second idol is currently hidden. Eliza and Phantom find something in common. JB and Maui have a minor disagreements, and Blind Mag leaves the alliance with Melchior and the Phantom. And a new alliance forms between Eliza, Jables, and Michael as JB works hard at camp and becomes tired.
All right. I don't know. I can see. I'm gonna say Packer or Mike. I feel like Packer's been kind of flying under the radar. Jables and Maui have both been with the original Purple Tribe,
Yeah.
so I
I'm
feel like
surprised that Jables and Maui are still together because they are not on the same page most of the time.
yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens here. First votes goes to Blind Mag. Second vote goes to Phantom. Third vote goes to Packer. Fourth vote goes to Packer. Fifth vote goes to the Phantom. Sixth vote goes to Blind Mag. Seventh vote goes to Phantom. One vote left. And it goes to Blind Mag. We are tied between Blind Mag and Phantom. So my tribe will probably be the ones then deciding this because you lost two voting people since it's both of yours.
Yeah. This is gonna be tricky.
Yeah. First vote goes to Blind Mag. Second vote goes to Blind Mag. Third vote goes to Blind Mag. Fourth vote goes to the Phantom. Fifth vote goes to the Phantom. One vote left.
It's one man.
And Blind Mag is voted out.
Well, when they had that three in the row, I pretty much saw that coming. That Blind Mag was gonna go.
Yeah. So let's see. Eliza, JB, and Michael voted Blind Mag. Blind Mag, Maui, and Packer voted Phantom. And Melchior and Phantom voted Packer.
Uh,
Okay.
all right, we're getting there. Two
Yeah,
more.
yeah, we're almost there. Almost to the finale. Okay. Let's see who wins immunity. Michael wins immunity. Okay, nice. And Packer finds the second Enel Edom tribe hidden immunity idol.
All right.
Packer is impressing the rest of the team.
Well, he impressed me. I didn't know that there was a second one hidden.
Yeah. Melchior has a major meltdown, and a new alliance forms. Five-person alliance at Final Seven: Packer, Eliza, Jables, Melchior, and the Phantom.
All right.
So what? That's Maui, and who else is on the outs? Michael.
Maui, Michael.
Yeah, Maui or Michael. Well, Maui has an idol, so he could use this.
Yeah, I'd say it really depends where the targets are.
Maui uses his hidden immunity idol.
But do
First vote
Packer use theirs?
goes to Maui, does not count. Second vote goes to Maui, does not count. Third vote goes to Maui, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Maui, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Maui, does not count. JB,
Oh man.
Jack Black, Jables, idled out by Maui.
In the end, Maui had the last laugh.
Yeah. So Packer worked together with Maui on that one. And Packer also has the other idol, so
So don't think it gets. I wonder if it gets replenished. We're about to
yeah.
find out.
Um it is not currently hidden.
Okay. So Packer has the last one.
Yep. Let's go to reward. Packer wins reward and shares the reward with Maui. This is the loved ones.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Packer, this is a terrible reward to win.
He has the idol, so he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He chooses to keep the reward. He says, screw all of you.
it's a bold strategy.
Yeah. And who wins immunity? Michael wins another immunity.
He's really coming in clutch, like getting
Yeah.
those wins.
Yeah. Eliza and Maui have a small fight. Michael works hard at camp and becomes tired.
Definitely think it's got to be Maui.
Yeah, yeah. You got to just take him out. He's the
Because
first
then,
person playing idol correctly this season.
and then Packer he's in the alliance, and also he has an idol, even if like that
Yeah,
rubbed people the wrong way.
yeah, but he shouldn't use on his alliance of Maui because he should just save
No,
5, get himself to 4.
yeah.
Packer uses the idol on Maui.
Well, let's see if it was played right.
First vote goes to Maui, does not count. Second vote goes to Maui, does not count. Third vote goes to Maui, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Maui, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Melchior. And Melchior is taken out
Just before the
just
finale.
before the finale. So Maui and Packer are really trying to make some moves here.
Yeah. All right. So I feel like I don't know. I feel Michael and Maui have both been kind of consistently throughout the game been like relevant, while Packer has just been kind of like popping up near the end.
Mhm.
Um, Phantom's definitely been around. I wouldn't say he's been like the main force behind things,
Yeah,
but I would say Eliza has been a little bit.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'm not really sure the winner of this. Like normally, I feel like I have a very clear, but I feel like this is a lot more open still of
I
who's
say
winning.
Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, the idol is currently hidden now, so someone could find it this episode for this parts. Immunity goes to Packer. Packer wins immunity.
All right, now does someone find the idol?
The Phantom finds the hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
Okay. Packer and Phantom bond strongly as Eliza leaves the alliance.
She was jelly of it was like, oh, you two are really tight now. I hope you burn.
Yeah, I feel like we might either lose a Michael because of the immunities or Eliza because she just left that alliance.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I can still see Maui.
Yeah, Maui has the potential. It's just you got to get Eliza, Michael, and the Phantom to work together.
Yeah.
Phantom uses the idol.
Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah. First vote goes to Maui. Second vote goes to Maui. Third vote goes to Michael. Fourth vote goes to Michael. One vote left. And Michael is voted out. Yeah, Eliza voted Maui with Michael.
All right. One of these four is going to win. I have a feeling it could definitely be Packer or Maui. I'm feeling like it's one or the other.
They have played a good game. This final like 8 onwards, they've been playing pretty hard, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wins final immunity? The Phantom wins immunity.
He saved all his stuff for the finale.
Yep. Maui and the Phantom bond strongly. And Maui joins the Alliance with Packer and the Phantom.
Well, I guess as the saying goes, bros before hoes. This happened twice in 2 episodes.
Is this the new meta for Final Four on our Brantsteele? Is just make a three-person alliance and just call it good?
Yeah. And so far, 2 in a row, they've all been males getting together and being like, let's bro
Yeah.
out, bro finale.
Uh, okay. Well, last time it was Constance went out there. So let's see if you. But they also did a fire making challenge. So maybe someone will let Eliza have a chance.
Maui literally brought fire to the people of Hawaii. Like, you don't bring him, you don't make him do fire.
Okay, let's see this. First vote goes to Eliza. Second vote goes to Eliza. Third vote goes to Packer. And Eliza is voted out.
Say, I think it's Packer. I think he wins this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I could see a case for for the other two as well. I think the Phantom has more of your tri members on the jury, so there's
That could
a chance that
work.
they just kind of vote for him. Um, and then I could see honestly Alfred Packer and Maui splitting votes overall because they were pretty much playing the game together.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First vote goes to Packer. Second vote goes to Phantom. Third vote goes to Maui. Fourth vote goes to Maui. Fifth vote goes to Packer. Sixth vote goes to Phantom. Seventh vote goes to Phantom. Eighth vote and
You
winner and
called it.
4-2 votes.
I'm honestly shocked. I thought, oh
Yeah.
no, like, maybe his end game and yeah, the jury being primarily his former tribe just worked out.
Yeah, I think that really benefited. So let's see. So Eliza, JB, Melchior, and Michael voted Phantom. Comram, the Trunchbull voted Maui, and Blind Bag and Melissa voted Packer. So not totally tribe voting, but yeah, I think Maui and Packer, the fact that they got to the end together just kind of
Doomed them.
yeah. Yeah, this is like the scenario we always talk about of you kind of don't want to bring your closest ally to the end because if you're
Shared credit.
yeah, exactly. You can get viewed as playing together, not by yourself.
It is ironic. The Phantom of the Opera, one of the most famous musicals of all time. He's the winner.
Yeah. And Blind Mag wins the fan favorite award.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot of failed idol plays, but then we got a couple near the end game here.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Okay, let's see these statistics. So yeah, Packer Michael had the most challenge wins. Michael with 3 immunities, Packer with 2. Maui was the most strategic, followed by Packer, followed by Eliza.
Hmm.
Cunningham had the most votes, and he was a pre-merge boots.
That is impressive.
Yeah. um. Yeah, and then here's all the idol plays.
All right.
Okay. Well, that does it here for musical madness.
All right. Well, that was fun. So far this series, I'm 2 for 2.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, starting strong now, but the tide will definitely shift.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I get some more ones. I got a few other good ideas for some of the next ones. So
Yeah,
I think we're definitely gonna have a good series on our hands here.
definitely, definitely. And we got summer, man. We got the summer.
Yep, exactly, exactly. So yeah, that does it here, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, peace.